100 families, especially in Sebastian County, relatively new. Where did it come from, and what is it that you all do?
Yeah, well, actually, we're coming up on our 3-year anniversary this month, which is crazy that it's been 3 years already. And it actually started, a little before 2019. It was started by Restore Hope, which of course was the governor's initiative to do a couple of things. They were focusing on reducing the recidivism and incarceration rates, and then also reducing the number of kids that were entering foster care because they're linked. And so that was the origin of 100 Families, and they started here in Sebastian because we were struggling with both, in both areas. And so they launched here in 2019, like I said, and it started as a community collaborative using the collective impact model, which the basic idea is we can do more together. And I love the partnerships, and that's really where it all came from, and it grew from there. And we're bringing in more partnerships all the time, and that's really where the impact is coming from. And we've seen the impacts. I mean, there's a lot of information now about, and you can look at the data, but yeah, and you can see the difference in the families, and that's really what we've focused on.
I guess explain how that works. What do you do to help families?
Right. So we, as 100 Families, we work with partner agencies, and we connect families, of course, so they have to have kids, and there is an income requirement, 200% of the poverty line. But other than that, we're working with these families that are in crisis, and we are connecting them to a service provider who's going to get them enrolled in 100 Families. And so really, it's the partner agencies that get the work done, and they are amazing. We have such good partners in Fort Smith, and really want to give them credit. But then we all work together, and so they get entered. We've got a database where they get entered in the system, and we can communicate with those other providers and get them connected to whatever services they're needing, and just do it directly by communicating with each other and working together, like I said. And it's just really cool.
What are some of the causes, if that's the right word to use, for these families to be able to get help? Is it drug related? Is it abuse? Is it what brings them in?
It is so many different things, which is exactly why we need so many partners. Yeah, and we do see a lot of people struggling with addiction. It is very, very, high rates here, but it's a lot of it's poverty, people struggling, and they don't know where to go to get help. And if you've ever been down and out, knowing where to start is really a challenge. So it's housing, it's transportation, it's childcare, it's employment, it's education, it's all of these challenges, and people just don't know where to start. So when you say in crisis, it can be in crisis in several different areas. And housing is a common one that we get, and we do work with a lot of families that are starting out homeless. And those aren't individuals, those are families, and like I said, they just don't know where to go to get connected to resources, and so that's where we step in and we help. Is that
the biggest thing you're dealing with, the homelessness in Sebastian County?
I wouldn't say it's the biggest. It's one of the main things that people are concerned about, so they call us about that first. But when you work in social services, you understand pretty quickly that if people need service in one area, they really need 3 or 4. And so they say, well, we're needing help. They may not be homeless, but they're struggling to pay their rent. And we want to prevent families from becoming homeless, because housing is really a challenge. But we want to get them beyond just stability. We want to continue working with them until they're able to really stand on their own 2 feet, where they're able to be self-sufficient long-term, and they've got a plan. So that's really the goal.
Yeah, that was my next question. Is it's a fresh start for these families, but at the same time, they're given an agenda, so to speak, or a plan to follow in order to meet a goal.
Absolutely right. And that's what, when we enroll a new family, we're going through and just collecting a whole bunch of information about their situation, but then we're talking through with them, what their goals are, and The difference with us is, it's intended to be relational, not transactional. So we're creating a safe place for them to come and talk to somebody about what their goals are, and when they, when they hit those barriers, because they will, where they can go to get help moving past that. And then, like I said, ultimately reaching those goals, if it's education, half of them coming in don't have a GED. And then moving on until they're getting on a career path that's working toward a living wage.
Where has this been over the years? I mean, it's amazing. It's obviously something that just was badly needed, not only for Sebastian County, but statewide.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's why as soon as it launched here in Sebastian County, it took a minute, for it to take off, but that's just, anything new, it takes a minute. But now here we are 3 years in, and it is going, very, very popular, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, and you have, and I'm sure you have, even in the short amount of time, relatively 3 years, there's been a number of success stories already.
Absolutely. Yes, there's been a lot. And, we celebrate those big successes. Of course, we celebrate the small successes with them too, because that's how they get, to the bigger successes. And, we've started in Sebastian, and we've launched in Crawford, and, these other counties as well. And it's not easy, working with families in crisis, but it's worth it.
I know the United Way is big, a big support, obviously a big help in this because of the connections to those that support you. Is that what you've gotten from the United Way of Fort Smith area?
Yeah, so about a year and a half ago, United Way of Fort Smith area took on 100 families in the area as a United Way initiative. So I'm a United Way employee. And it has been huge, the support, that we get from them, whether it's through the partnerships and their mission, which is, health, education, economic stability. Their mission just fits so well with what we do every day. And the fact that they are already so embedded in the community, they already have so many partnerships. It just takes what we were doing and what they were doing, and it's a perfect match. To make more of a difference in the community. For sure.
All right, by looking, it looks like you're in a brand new office.
Yes,
that's got to be a big thing for 100 families.
For sure. So because we're a community initiative, it was really important for us, 3 years in, to have a space that was identifiable, that people, whether it's clients or partners, can find us. And know that they're going to get connected to services and resources and people that are going to help. It's hard when you're looking for services to kind of get bounced around. You've got to go, well, this may not be the right place, but I don't know where the right place is. And so now we have it. We have this little space that can be a collaborative, and it's intended to just be a really welcoming environment. So we hope
give us a location, and you're having a big event coming up.
Yes, it is 423 Rogers Avenue. So it's the corner of 5th and Rogers, and we're in Suite 101. And we're having our ribbon cutting on February 25th at 3 o'clock. That actually is our 3-year anniversary, so that worked out pretty well. And we hope that everybody can come out and join us.
All right. How do say I'm in a struggling family? What's the best way, the easiest way to find out more about contacting?
The easiest way is to just give us a call. It's 479-769-2488, and we've got somebody here who can answer the phone Monday through Thursday, and then Friday we're by appointment. But yeah, just give us a call. You're welcome to stop by, and just we'll make sure that you get connected.
Is there still to this day a stigma to admitting that you have a problem? And I guess the biggest message is these families and the heads of these families really don't need to think that they're alone in this.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. Struggling families, I don't think the community realizes how many struggling families there are. And that, you know, it can be difficult. We hear that a lot, difficult to ask for help when you need it, because you want to do it yourself and you don't want to admit that you need help. But everybody needs help sometimes. And so, yeah, we do hear that a lot. But there are so many people struggling in the community, but there are so many helpers in the community too. And so if we all just kind of come together and, you know, people can kind of set aside their pride sometimes and just say, like, let's do this together, and it'll benefit all of us.
All right, Heather Edwards, the coordinator of Sebastian County 100 Families. It's a wonderful program. Best of luck with it. And I know it'll only get better, bigger and better now with the brand new office that you'll be soon opening up.
Yes, thank you very much.